And this is Doug Binkley. And welcome to...
This is not fake news.
Why is this not fake news? Because...
we rely on facts.
Yeah, where facts matter. All right, Doug. Now, we got a lot of things going on in the universe.
We had a train wreck on Tuesday night.
Tuesday night! The State of the Union.
Yeah, nothing but lies.
Nothing but lies.
Refuse Fascism had a response. We had a rally at State in Jackson. We marched to Trump Tower. And TJ got a great video. And yours truly, I played Trump. I didn't do my best, but I impersonated Trump to some extent. I was speaking as if through the megaphone of truth. And so I was forced to admit that I'm going to invade Venezuela because it rhymes with Grenada. And Reagan invaded Grenada, so I have to do him
so much better,
bigger by doing a big country, invade a big country, and also to get the oil, I admit, because I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
Anyway, the women though at the State of the Union though, remember when whenever Trump actually spoke the truth about the women winning the election against him, that he was making a joke out of it, but they were congratulating themselves because this is...
And they were making fun of him at the same time. And he didn't understand that they were making fun of him.
He's so obtuse and does not have a clue. Exactly. So here comes this train around here. But I have the Pennsylvania car, so as we pointed out last time, we are hoping that the Democrats don't mess it up, that they have a good candidate that will be able to cover the Midwest, be able to actually go to the Midwest.
Right.
Not like Hillary, she didn't show up. That was the part of the problem. But we have a new candidate, Amy Klobuchar from the Midwest, and she just had her from Minnesota. Yeah. She was out there in the snow. A blizzard came in. It was like 4 degrees wind chill, and here she was giving a 20-minute speech. Think of Trump doing that. I mean, that's incredible.
Yeah.
But she touched a lot of the good points. I mean, she isn't known as a so-called progressive Democrat, but she touched the main points about Medicare for all. Really mentioned climate change as being something that from day one in her presidency we will rejoin the Paris Accords. This train really did have
it's a train wreck.
Stop.
Yeah.
But Amy Klobuchar is not going to stop, and so she's joined the race, and I welcome her to it. She's really a woman with a lot of expertise, especially as a prosecutor, and a prosecutor that doesn't have the reputation of prosecuting innocent people. How about that?
Unlike Kamala Harris.
Right, we mentioned that the last time.
Yeah.
But so she's great, and she's from the Midwest, and we know that Elizabeth Warren is a great progressive, and she gave a great speech too on Saturday early afternoon. Mm-hmm. And she had
I think we can't have two women on the same ticket because America is too sexist at this particular moment. But yeah, both of those would be great. And Cory Booker, as far as I'm concerned, is out of the picture. He took almost $300,000 from pharma to take money to keep us from lowering our drug prices. So goodbye, Cory.
Too much of a corporate Democrat.
Yeah, and Tulsi. I know Tulsi's still I'm not 100% sure about her, but she did make secret meetings with Assad of Syria, and she was a homophobe, so I don't know if she's going to get far with that. I mean, to get started off the ground. And of course, we talked about Kamala Harris being a non-progressive prosecutor, putting many people of color, as she is a woman of color, putting many people of color in jail for crimes such as weed possession, and ignoring various cases where there was evidence predictable, and she just ignored it. So yeah, and you talked about that before.
Mnuchin, he's obviously guilty.
Yeah.
Crimes, taking people out of their houses for fake evidence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, the field is going to be winnowed down. I mean, that's going to happen. We're not going to have that many candidates by the time of the first primaries, I don't think. I mean, some people are not going to raise that much money. And let's hope that the good candidates survive, and we'll have a good choice, I think. I mean,
who's that guy from Ohio that you talked about?
Sherrod Brown.
I think that he would be a great VP for Elizabeth Warren.
He could be a great VP for Amy Klobuchar, too.
Yes. Again, I said you can't have two women because there's too many sexists in America.
We don't want to go too far, but we'll see what the population of the Democratic voters thinks. It may not be impossible, but we can't decide that right now. We'll see what the voters think, but as time goes by, I think it will crystallize into who are the best the ones that will be the front runners.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we hope that somebody like Biden doesn't get in, who might steal a lot of the thunder from.
I like old school Joe, but I think his time has come. I think he needs to step aside and enjoy his retirement. And same for Bernie. Okay, I love Bernie, but I think he's at his age. He did not win. Okay. And same for Hillary. Hillary, go away. Go away. You lost twice. We're not going to do this Nixon thing again, where Nixon kept running and running. Reagan, too. Running and running and running until they won. And then our country fell into, a safe place. Did I say safe place? I mean a horrible place.
We know what you meant.
Yeah. The safe place disappeared. Now, I think Bernie, I love Bernie. I'm sorry, half the country doesn't understand the meaning of democratic socialism, okay? And Bernie used wrong language by saying free stuff. It's not free stuff. We've talked about this before. Me and Doug have worked 40 fucking years, and we paid taxes for 40 fucking years. So therefore, we already paid for Medicare for all. Instead, me and Doug's taxes went to drop bombs on poor people in Syria, Afghanistan, where else?
Well, Yemen, for
right now it's Yemen, Iraq, Pakistan.
We don't know, and there might be some bombs dropped in Venezuela. This is the scary thing.
Oh, that's
because Trump is threatening to do several awful things, like declare a state of emergency, invade Venezuela and take their oil. I mean, they're openly talking about it.
A very scary thought. Trump and who's the guy?
John Bolton?
John Bolton. He's a fucking hawk warrior. He's all for war. War's good fun. Send young poor boys into war so that billionaires can get richer. And this is what's happening again. It happened in the Middle East. Now it's going to happen in our hemisphere. Our hemisphere.
Yeah.
And if Trump launches an attack on Venezuela, I demand that everybody in this country get out on the streets and protest. There's no fucking reason for us to meddle in Venezuela.
There'll have to be mass protests. Everybody's got to get on board. These are fascists.
Fascists.
And they're willing to do anything to distract from their incompetence and their evil, their policies. I mean, they are just ruining the country. I mean, stealing all the money for the oligarchs.
Tax breaks to the 1%.
And now even some of these Trumpsters are finding out that how it was stolen from them, that they're having to pay money to the government instead of getting a refund because of those sneaky things that they put in that taking away their deductions. So we're shifting gears a lot here, but we know that massive protests will be necessary if and when they do something horrible like invade Venezuela.
What does Venezuela have that Iraq has?
Oil. And Trump openly said, we should have taken the oil. So, this might be a step where they're going to distract.
I'm sorry, I'm ashamed to be an American, honestly.
I mean, Hitler distracted people by all sorts of things, like the Reichstag fire.
Yeah.
And his invasions were for Lebensraum, and also to take resources. I mean, let's not forget that there was oil in the Caucasus Mountains, and so that would be a very similar thing to Trump invading Venezuela for oil, and also because he just wants to crush anybody he calls a socialist. It's terrible that word has got such a bad connotation.
Alex, how do you say her middle name? Ocasio? Cortez?
Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
My God, she's a badass. As young as she is, I think she's going to be president of the United States of America in 2028. She's not old enough to be run for president, but she's calling all these old fucks out.
She sure is, Mitch McConnell especially.
Yeah, bitch McConnell.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell.
Yeah. And
a rock star.
She's wickedly intelligent. Oh my God. Just watch her.
For someone that young to be that bold, to be fearless, completely fearless. I mean, I couldn't.
Viva Puerto Rico, I say.
Well, she's amazing. I don't know where she got the gumption to run against that corporate them and beat him in the primary.
And she used the term democratic socialist like Bernie. So
that's okay for the district that she's in. But we do have to be careful. This is the problem. Trump is going to label any Democrat that runs a socialist.
They're trying to make you think that you're a communist, part of a brutal dictatorship, which is not the case.
We should try to use the best semantics that we can to convince people, because it's going to be very important. But whoever does get the Democratic nomination doesn't get labeled as a socialist.
A democratic socialism means social democracy. It doesn't mean what Hitler and Stalin said, okay? Hitler and Stalin both used the word, but neither of them were democratic, okay? You got that, folks? Neither of them were democratic. And I want to just go a little further and say, you can call yourself whatever you want. East Germany, after the Soviet Union divided and the Allies divided Europe, East Germany was a communist country. It was not democratic, but they called themselves the German Democratic Republic. They were not democratic and they were not republic. North Korea calls itself the Democratic People's Republic of North Korea. Hello, we're not democratic at all.
It's
Hello.
Quite a bit of cynicism.
So you can call yourself whatever you want. You can word yourself, say whatever. Hey, enough said. It's like I made my point.
We just have a problem with people who really need to convince them that although socialist is a word that's used for policies that are very successful in Europe.
Social justice.
Exactly. Social justice is a term I frequently use, and I think it's better to convince people that way. Or, as you pointed out, social democracy is a good term. We just have to be a little bit more savvy and careful about how we present what we're doing moving forward, because
there's a lot of stupid people.
Easy for the Republicans to fool people. That's why they call it Fox Boobs, you know.
There's a lot of stupid people. I'm sorry if I offend anybody saying that. You know, I've been wanting to bring this up. Where do you think this level of stupidity has come from? Where you are a working man struggling to survive, and you support a billionaire who's out to fuck you, and he conned you into thinking that he was going to be there for you. Oh yeah. Any thoughts on that? I mean, come on.
It's called propaganda. I mean, and it can be very convincing.
Well, where did this stupidity come from? America, we have a free system here. You have enough chances to get educated, to read books, to graduate from schools, to go to, of course we don't have public college thanks to Ronald Reagan, but is that the reason we don't have public college?
When I went to high school, I was taught these things at Lane Technical High School, and I had a terrific history teacher in my junior year. Well, I was an honor student, but the fact is, back when I went to school, and I don't know about you, we were taught civics, and we were taught the Constitution. We were taught these things. We were taught to appreciate civil liberties and civil rights. And that's, I think, become almost non-existent. And that's the Republicans' fault.
And they're trying to impose the Bible into some in the South.
Yeah, that'll really dumb you down. I mean, it's a phrase I coined not too long ago. Read Leviticus and Deuteronomy, and you'll wish you had a frontal lobotomy. So, if you're going to go back to Old Testament, unless you have a biblical scholar to explain what people thought in those days and how really backwards it was, the patriarchy and all that, it's not good to read the Bible.
Well, I'm okay with Matthew 25. Clothe the naked, feed the hungry, take care of the sick, feed the poor. I'm okay with Matthew 25 as far as Christianity is concerned. And whether you believe or not, that's a great example of how we should live. Bernie is not a Christian, a Polish Jewish guy. And he follows that more than the evangelical Christians that are out there ranting about gays and whatever, you know?
Well, Jesus was influenced by the Judaism of his time. Hillel had the Golden Rule. He expressed it slightly differently than how Jesus expressed it. But caring for your neighbor and respecting other people and caring for the poor, things like that, which were values that Jesus brought forward, the historical Jesus, if he did exist.
Yeah.
He brought those forward, and the Christo-fascists these days, including Mike Pence, they have no interest in doing any of that. They cast the poor into the gutter.
Mike Pence wants to line gays up to electrodes and teach and try to like.
Jesus said, "If you are without sin, cast the first stone." Pence is so thoroughly a sinful person that he should just go away. I mean,
he's very frightening.
He's a terrible, terrible person. But
hopefully, we're moving in the right direction.
Hopefully, Mueller has some dirt on him. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait.